Okay, 2025, July the 24th. I have my wonderful class in the summer camp with all these wonderful boys. They are show face Brian, how old? 11?
11?
This guy, Max, 12.
Oh, I'm 12 now. My birthday was a
Yeah, we
few
have
days
been studying what? Science, mathematics, but the most important, write essays, talk about your own stories, but more important, we studied the best poetry in the English language. And these wonderful kids has been working with me to study John Keats. Some of the most beautiful language poetry in the English language are from John Keats. These two wonderful kids are going to read the poetry and talk about what they get from John Keats' poetry. And my wonderful students, Max, who deserve to go to Harvard or MIT or stuff like that, right? And he promised he want to be great and make billions of dollars, even better than Elon Musk, right?
Yeah.
But appreciation of beauty is a prerequisite to be a gentleman. You want to be a gentleman, right?
Yeah.
You cannot be a gentleman without study poetry. Now, read Ode to the Grecian Urn loud and clear for the future generation. Go.
Today I will be reading the Ode on a Grecian Urn by John Keats. Thou still and ravished, bride of quietness, thou foster child of silence and slow time, Sylvan historian, who canst thus express a flowery tale sweetly than our rhythm, what a leafed legend haunt about thy shape, of deities and mortals, or of both, and temple of deals of Arcady, what men or god are those? What maidens loth? What mad pursuits? What struggles to escape? What pipes and timbrels? What wild ecstasy? Heard melodies are sweet, but those unheard are sweeter. Therefore, yet soft pipes play on, not to sensual eye a year, but more endear. Pipe to the spirit deities of no tone, fair youngs beneath the trees. Thou canst not leave thy son, nor ever can those trees be bare. Bold lover, never, never canst thou kiss. Through winning near the goal yet, do not grieve. She cannot fade. Through thou hast not thy bliss, for ever wilt saw love, and she'll be fair. A happy, happy bowls that cannot shed your leaves, nor ever bid the spring adieu, and happier melodies and wearied, for ever piping songs for ever new, more happy love, more happy, happy love, forever warm and still to be enjoyed, forever panting and forever young, all breathing human passion far above, that leaves a high heart, sorrow, and Chloe, a burning forehead and a parching tongue. Who are these to come to sacrifice to the green altar, O mysterious priest? Leadest thou the heifer lowering at the skies, and all her silken flanks with garland dressed? What little town by river or seashore, or mountain built with peaceful citadels, is emptied of these folks, this pious morn? And little town, side street forevermore, will silent be, and not a soul to tell why shall our desolate can ever return. O active shape, fair attitude, with breed of marble men and maiden overwhelmed, with forest branches and trodden wood, thou, silent form, dost tease us from thought of thought's eternity, cold pastoral. And old age shall this generation waste. Thou shalt remain, in midst of other woe than ours, a friend to man, who won to taste. Beauty is truth, truth beauty. That is all yet know on earth, and all yet need to know.
Wonderful. Now, talk about your take of John Keats and this poetry? What's it about?
So John Keats had lived a very sorrow life. It starts when his parents died when he was young, then his brother by disease, and this disease probably passed to him. And before he died, he wrote a couple hundred poems that are very beautiful. And from one of the collection of the great ode he wrote, it was 6 poems, six ode. It was the ode of the nightingale.
Nightingale.
So nightingale is a bird who sung beautiful songs, and the songs were so beautiful that was like dreams and unimaginable. So his songs passed down from generations to generations, and John Keats wrote about this just because he wanna make his work pass from generation to generation.
Wonderful, wonderful. So tomorrow, the whole class are going to talk about Ode to the Nightingale. Now, congratulations. We are waiting for tomorrow. Now, my wonderful students, Brian. Brian, by the way, his favorite subject is science. He's only 11-year old, but he had been working with us for the last 3 or 4 years. And then he already accelerated 2 years in science, 7th grader and 8th grader. And he loves science and he can go very far, but we also learn about this handsome young man. He died when he was 25 years old, but leaves so many wonderful poetry. And he's amazing. Now, read this wonderful poetry for us.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Go ahead.
Though still unravished, the bride of quietness, the foster child's silence in slow time, the Sylvan historian who can't trust, thus express the flowery tale more sweetly than our rhyme, and the leaf-fring'd legend that haunts about thy shape, deities or mortals, both Tempe, the dales of Arcady, men's or gods, what are these? Maidens, loth, what mad pursuit struggles to escape, pipes, timbrels, what wild ecstasies. Although happy both cannot shed your leaves, you are never bid a spring adieu, the happy, modest, unmarried. The piping songs who ever knew, more happy love, more happy love. The warm painting forever young, the breathing human for passion a bar, leaves the high heart's sorrows they cloyed, and the burning forehead of parching tongue. What are these coming sacrifices? Sacrifice with green altar, mysterious priest, although at least Heifer knows that the skies have sinking flanks. The garland dressed, the little town by the river or seashore, the mountain built a peaceful curtail, that emptied of its folks this poorest morn, the little town, a street of forevermore, will silent be, not a soul to tell, with art desolate can or return. Or attic shape, fair attitude, Brady the marbled men, the maidens overwrought, the forest branches and trodden weed, those silent dost tease us, for our thought of doth eternity. For there not a sensual ear or more a dear, pipe and spirit deities, no tone, fair youth, beneath the trees, thou canst not leave thy song they never in those trees. Be bare, bold lover, never can't you kiss the winning, though they're near the goal yet. Do not grieve, she cannot fade, although it has not my bliss. Who are these coming to sacrifice? The green altar or mysterious priest? An old age, how generation waste, shall remain the midst of other woe. Then are friends afraid of men who won't say it. The beauty and truth beauty is all. Yea, we know on earth, and that's all we know.
Wonderful. Now talk about a little bit about this poetry and what your take about John Keats' poetry? Go ahead.
Well, it's mostly about the urn, and it's mostly about the urn and how the urn has designs and what people sacrifice. People sacrifice the calf, to the gods and the deities, and mostly how live a good, long, fulfilling life. Don't be exercised by the how people treat you. Some bad things might happen, like John Keats. His family died when he was a little kid, and his life has been terrible ever since. Right before he died, he wrote a bunch of poems about how his life has been, and at least 100 of them right before he died. Then he died at the age of 25 with a sad life. He didn't really have much happiness in his life. Yeah.
Wonderful. So tomorrow we are going to study another wonderful poetry called Ode to the Nightingale. I'm very thankful that my wonderful students study these beautiful poetries with us. The message, when old age should this generation waste, those shall remain in midst of other worlds than ours. 人生短暂，艺术永恒。很高兴有机会和同学们共同欣赏这首伟大的诗歌。非常惊讶，孩子们11、12岁的时候能够接触这么优秀的诗歌，和同学们共同学习。谢谢。